Hey, what's up? I'm a diagnosed narcissist, and today I wanted to discuss materialism in contrast to my NPD. And I was wondering if there was a higher correlation and connection to having narcissistic personality disorder, or perhaps let's just say any cluster B disorder in general, and essentially, I guess, not believing in anything more than material. Because you know how a lot of us struggle with like a sense of self. And I only use the word struggle because that's in, relation to other people who I think have a diluted sense of self. And I was thinking a lot about, philosophical shit in terms of like what the self even means because I, have friends online, you could say, that perhaps question my nihilistic beliefs here and there, and they wanted to see, I guess, like the whys and all the coconuts about like why I don't really believe that life has any meaning or any value or anything like that, and where meaning actually comes from and all that sort of shit. And I kind of just say I don't actually know what people are talking about when they're talking about meaning, essentially, because I think people flip flop the definition of intrinsic or extrinsic depending on whatever like suits their fancy. Because a lot of people, for example, when they say that oh, you're supposed to create like your own meaning, like they take like a more existentialist approach, which is essentially just, in my eyes, a projection, a plastering of like, I don't know, a need to feel connected to anything, even though, yes, back again to like materialism, we're actually just, essentially like bags of flesh that are like slaves to the physical conditions of like the world and whatnot. Nothing is that fucking special. Like, who cares if you decide to just rot in bed or get out of bed? You're still rotting. You're still, entering the process to which second by second leading you up to like the pitch black darkness of death. So none of it is really that fucking important. Like, we can have the cognitive dissonance all we want, but I think if we were to be truly honest with ourselves, we're all just like wearing a fucking like mask and whatnot. So again, for example, back towards like, oh, okay, feeling that there's meaning to something is not dependent upon the world or like whatever. Like, you have to like look within yourself, because I guess like, people have this, if you ask me, like made up notion of like a will or a spirit, or even like a lot of religious people talking about like souls and whatnot. All of that shit is like made up to me. There is nothing within you that is actually super fucking special. Like, oh, if you like this, guess what? So do a whole bunch of other people. If you appreciate this, then so do like a bunch of like other people. Why would it be intrinsic to you, even though motherfuckers want to act like, oh, you have to find value, like there shouldn't be a defined meaning of life, it's supposed to just be personal to you? Then why are you acting like it's intrinsic then? Because hypothetically, if I were to just like strap you to a chair, if we were all to just be like strapped to a chair, let's say there was like a fucking cosmic torturer that wanted us to just be like bored as fuck until like the day that we're dead, where to just like tie us up, yeah, strap us to a chair, kind of like what I said, we'd still be here doing nothing. And our life would still sustain. So clearly, nothing is actually intrinsic to you. It's all extrinsic. But when you talk about it, when I notice people talking about it, they always act like this meaning is super fucking intrinsic because, oh, it's personal to me. It drives me out of like getting like, out of bed and like doing something. No, it doesn't. It drives you out of bed because you only have one or two options. Either stay in bed, stay in bed. I'm still kind of sick, so I apologize if I sound kind of weird. I should have said that from like the start, but like whatever. Yeah, you either stay in bed or you get out of bed and do a whole bunch of like fuck shit. It's like, it's just like a two-way process of things. You can either stab yourself or not stab yourself. You like, I can either do this or I cannot do that. But it's like, why are we acting like that illusion of choice, basically within the codes of this like physical reality, is supposed to be something special? Like, no, it's not. I don't understand this like whole like fascination that people have with like fucking consciousness and all that like sort of shit. Like even taking the language that like we fucking speak and all that shit. It's been socialized by other people. I've wondered all the fucking time, what I would be saying to myself in my head if I wasn't exposed to fucking like, human verbal language that like we have that essentially just gets parroted and parroted to like other people, and it just keeps going like that for generations until hypothetically, eventually the sun explodes and just kills us all, and like, we'll just be nothing. Like, none of this is special. So why are we just pretending as if like, oh, these things are like something to like cherish or like whatever? They're just like simple processes. Or it's just like, yeah, it's just like a simple fucking like process, nothing more, nothing less. These like made up connotations due to language, due to the fact that like, okay, with language we create like concepts of like meaning or something. It's just so fucking like dumb and arbitrary. We're just here waiting to die, and people are like, oh my gosh, life and experience is like so full. No, the fuck it's not. You're not immortal, and your brain can't even comprehend like being immortal essentially. And I think that's why like we as a collective species have created this dumb shit called religion, because people can't comprehend the fact that like they're just gonna like be shriveled into dust and be nothing. And because people want to delusionally assume that this experience is full, of course they want to project an idea of like an afterlife where hypothetically they can be happy forever in heaven, or they can go through so many transitions through like reincarnation until I don't know, fuck knows what. But like, who cares? Why would you be that important? People are like, oh, we were placed here. That has to like mean something. Does it have to mean something, or do you think that it has to mean something? Like, okay, then like draw the line for me, because clearly you're not calling every single thing significant if you have to just, you know, draw it back to yourself that like, oh, this is super fucking important. And like, I'm a narcissist saying all of this. So if you've got it all put together and you're not this like fucking selfish person that I know a lot of you want to think of like me, or I guess just like narcissists in general, and you have it like all figured out, then like actually like lay it out. Like I'm like I guess curious. Well, I mean, I'm making a video. The comments are open, so you can say whatever you want. That's not an issue. So, but then like yeah, then like what is it? Because I feel like you can say one thing, and then like a whole other thing is just like a complete like fucking contradictory. Kind of like what I said when people keep switching their definition of meaning, having to either be intrinsic or extrinsic. Because okay, life is still here, and you can be unsatisfied. But what like why do people think that they feel the need to be like, oh, you know, when you're on your dying days, what are you gonna regret? But like, who cares? I don't even think about that. Well, I mean, I do, but then I just look at it and I'm just like, oh, it's pointless. So why do I even have to think about it? Because I'm just like, I thought about it. I take that back. I thought about it more so specifically these like few days before I decided to like make this video, and I'm just like, what am I gonna regret before I die? Like, if I'm on my dying days, I'm on my deathbed, and I just like view like my entire life, like all I'm thinking is like, who cares? If I'm gonna be in a non-existent state longer than this temporary thing that people want to delusionally act like is full and an enriching experience, then I don't I don't fucking care. I'm dead. There'll be like absolutely nothing. Like, and I'm not going to be able to control what people are saying about me, like good or bad, or whatever. So why am I acting like how I exist right now transcends after I die? Like, no, it fucking doesn't. Like, even if you want to refer to people that are like famous, or people that have like, I guess like made progress in society, that have like, made our lives easier due to their like profound knowledge and, wisdom and like all this kind of shit, they're dead. The fuck do they care? They don't. Even if they, while they were still alive, delusionally thought that like, oh my gosh, this is all gonna be super fucking great. They don't even know that right now because they're fucking dead. And yeah, I'm coming at this from my non-religious perspective, so like, there you go. That's why I'm saying these things. It's like, I mean, take Van Gogh, for example. Like, he died feeling like an absolute fucking failure, right? But then I guess now, from like beyond the grave, people have gone to like fucking appreciate him. So like what difference does it make? Like, if it's that ironic to have like, Van Gogh be a nobody in the eyes of society, like while he was, around for his time, and then suddenly be so fucking, amazing. Then hypothetically, like, it begs the question to me, what's gonna stop it from me, like, okay, if I never went out to like pursue and chase a life that was like, I guess, supposed to be like more satisfying than one that's just of like escape or whatever, because I would say life is like nothing other than escape, then it's like, why can't it be me? Why can't it be the person that you think? Because like what if I'm just this person for that time? I'm still not gonna like take back my nihilistic views because of it, but I'm just saying, like, that's the I'm I'm just pointing out, like, this is the whole irony and like stupidity, like, of it all. Like, we exist here in order for it to be cope. I don't even see the difference in terms of like life not being an addiction, basically, because we're just filling a void up until we're fucking like dead. Up until we're dead. So every single day we're running out, but we're treating this experience as if like there's more. There isn't more, because the more of days that you get, the closer and closer you will be to fucking dying. If life is so fucking great and we're lucky to like experience like more of it, then like birthdays are fucking stupid, because every single birthday is just 1 year closer to fucking death. So what are you actually celebrating? You're just celebrating your fucking delusion. Because hypothetically, I don't know, imagine this. If you were immortal, you would you need to celebrate a birthday essentially? Because there's no made up idea of, oh, okay, I was born on a particular day and then suddenly this is like my track record. If if you're hypothetically gonna exist infinitely, then what is the track record? Because infinity like never fucking stops. It just keeps going and going. So we all know that this shit is just fucking cope. And it's just, the mechanical like wirings, biological processing, like whatever. It's like okay, like all these like idealistic things are kind of like what I said. They're just like ideas. They're just like suggestions in order to, I don't know, feel a sense of importance when you don't even matter to yourself. The older that you're getting, your body's just getting weaker and weaker. Or even if not necessarily like weak, I could fucking take on a fucking child and slam it against a wall if I desired to, hypothetically. I'm not gonna do that, but like, a lot of us could do it. A baby's fucking defenseless. But like, okay, the older we get, right, our fucking body can't, process itself as great as it was, the younger we are. Let's just say that, despite the fact that I even said, okay, I could fucking curve stomp a baby if I desired to. But anyone could curve stomp a baby if they desired to, let's say. But like, yeah, like, scratch that. Then essentially, what am I saying? Oh yeah, like, it's all just foiling. Every single day we're getting more and more susceptible to like diseases and like health problems. That's why old people walk around with canes. I don't have to explain that to you, but like, yeah, walk around. Well, I'm sorry, not even walk around, because I was thinking of people in wheelchairs. They fucking wheel around, in wheelchairs and like whatnot. Or some of you don't even need a wheelchair. Some of you are not even like super fucking old, but it's like, oh my gosh, you can't breathe properly. Need your fucking inhaler because you got like fucking asthma or some shit, or whatever kind of condition, or oh my gosh, gotta take medication for mental health issues, this and this and that. I have mental health issues. I'm a fucking narcissist, yeah. But it's like, okay, I reject this idea of a will because it's just so stupid. Like, if I'm gonna exist in this world, I'm just gonna trash this shit. I've gone off, actually, talking about materialism in a way, because I feel like this entire time I've just been, I guess, more so focusing on meaning about how it's not like significant. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it all ties together, I suppose, because this concept of a self is just dumb and ridiculous, because, I'm here and like not much is happening, and what difference does it make if like you yourself are not even satisfied with your life, from the way I see it? Because like, if you're gonna see me and be like, oh, you're not finding purpose, you're not finding this, you're not finding that, that's why like you're so fucking miserable. I'm like, fuck you. You're chasing something that isn't even real. Because who's satisfied, to be honest? Like, as much time as we have, why do people keep saying, I want to accomplish more and more and more? Like, okay, and then when they're dead, maybe the best thing they can say right before they die is like, I gave it my all. Is that the same thing as satisfaction? I gave it my all, or I tried my best to like pursue it all, or like what? Because I see people live every single day believing as if they can transcend this like physical reality. Like they think, oh, it's more than just the chemicals in your brain, man. It's more than just like, oh, there's like spirituality, there's religion, there's I don't know, there's such a thing as like faith. I'm like, no, that shit is fucking stupid. All of this is like roll of the dice. And the closest thing that you have, I'm sure, to like predicting what you may or may not get is like fucking statistics. And I know that applies to like most of you, because sure, statistics cover the average, right? And are we talking about most people like they're fucking celebrities, they're fucking geniuses, they're fucking no. Most people are just like regular and like fucking normal. So then it's like maybe I shouldn't say statistics, more like, okay, no, I want to talk about probabilities. Yeah, probabilities. Like, what's the probability of becoming a famous actor, a famous this, a famous that, or like whatever? I mean, they've crunched those numbers. It's, a very, very, very like low chance. So what reason do you have to like think that you're special? And like even then, regardless of what you do, we all just get shriveled to dust. Who cares if that's good or bad? We're fucking dust. We won't be able to, like, I don't know, delusionally think that because we're here right now and we have a consciousness, it must be more. It must be something special. Like, no. You're just, you might as well just be like dominoes knocking one thing, like, over the other. See, that's the only pass that you idealistic fucks get to have. Like, okay, yeah, I am circling this back to the whole, like, materialism and idealism like discussion. Of course, if you're talking about things that are like, not actually there, you can continue stacking your house of cards. You can continue stacking your house of cards, because that's what life is, a house of cards. And you can build it up as tall and tall and tall as you want, but then death comes over and just like knocks it over. And I'm not saying that in a, really, I'm not like in like a very like oh my gosh, like sad, like self-deprecating way. I just said like, okay, when we're dead, it's nothing. What am I going to have to complain about? What am I even going to have to like celebrate? We should just be indifferent to death. Indifferent to everything in general. But it's like, I mean, the chemicals in our brain, which make our like dumb fuck emotions, are just going to like roll the dice and make us feel this way, make us feel that way. I don't know. I mean, but I mean like that's what it is, right? We have emotions, psychology, whatever, all this kind of stuff, or our biological wirings, this will get. Essentially, they're just going to overuse themselves until they fucking expire. Every single start just follows like some sort of like end. And the naturalist, mechanical, material sort of like process of explaining life has the most consistency. All of you dumb fucks with your outlandish fucking stupid ass ideas of like projections and whatnot, a whole bunch of that is just dumb. And just like, okay, yeah, like it's just fucking dumb. And I think that's precisely why, if we're insisting that our consciousness has to say something about it, well, it's not even our consciousness. I mean, I know people want to act like, some people want to act like the universe is its own consciousness itself, like the universe is like God or whatever. So okay, if I'm trying my best, I can only use that, let's say, in this like instance. Then the universe is just saying like, okay, keep going up, falling down, keep going up and falling down, and then officially just fall down forever and just be nothing and just exist in the darkness of things and just be nothing. Just be absolutely fucking nothing. So, whatever. Yeah, so live like a delusional idiot. Because that is life. Think of the idea of tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. I mean, no, tomorrow's not a new day. The idea of tomorrow is just a concept in our mind. Time's just a concept. All this like metaphysical, let's say like bullcrap, like yeah, like just like made up fucking like concepts. It's like, it's all just been going and going and going. But we make up this idea that, Oh, for example, oh my gosh, January 10th is special because this is the day I met my best friend. This is the day I got my first car. This is the whatever on this particular blah, blah, blah. But it's like, nope, nope. It's just been a constant stream up until death. But you want to act like, oh, this is a special section. This is a special section. I'm like, no. Like, it's just busting through weak walls getting punched harder than a Kyle punches drywall, and then, oh my gosh, darkness all the way over there. And you know what? Nothingness, it is what it is. And that's all anybody has in store. But for now, despite me saying all this, I'm still engaging in the dumb fuck ideas as well, right? So I guess for now, yeah, I'm a materialist. Yeah, I'm a naturalist. But, you know, for now, like the fucking idiots that we are, my comment section is open. Obviously, you're free to comment on it. Look at, you know, give away with your dumb fuck ideas, just like I gave away with my dumb fuck ideas in these in this video. Goodbye.